After the amazing story The Last of Us Part 1 told, it was just a matter of time before the game got a sequel, and I wouldn't say it was a complete disappointment, but there was a lot of mistakes made. Graphically, the game crafted each location beautifully, keeping its hyper-realistic look while delivering the right vibe. In The Last of Us Part 2, some levels are open sandboxes, which might be some experimenting for Part 3. I wouldn't say I was the biggest fan of them though, but their sizes are reasonable, and making them any bigger would bug me. The world of The Last of Us Part 2 is carefully crafted and feels alive. You can see how cruel it is through stories and messages people left behind. The game is story-based, but Naughty Dog managed to add as much as they can to the gameplay. Hand-to-hand combat retains its cinematic and realistic nature, with new moves and situations, in addition to a dodging mechanic that gives the feature a bit of depth. Gun combat saw no changes, and that's very expected. However, I found myself moving around more during human encounters thanks to the slight improvement in level design and more enemies pushing towards you, prompting you to move around. In the first game, you had to limit movement and take cover from enemy fire in human encounters, but had to move around and avoid contact with enemies during infected encounters. But in this game, you have to keep moving in any encounter, and I'm personally a fan of this. Stealth saw a few new changes. You can now use grass to hide and set traps. I wish there were more takedown animations though. That's something I disliked in the first game and thought it would be improved, but no, it's the same takedown every single time, and it got repetitive and boring for me. That's one of the reasons I slightly favored combat. The game still encourages scavenging the levels for resources. Oh, and speaking of levels, they require more agility, which is something the game capitalized on, and I liked it. Upgrade benches didn't see any changes. A few additional crafts were added along with ability upgrades. Much like Marvel's Spider-Man 2, the game has some optimization issues, not nearly as much as Spider-Man, but still enough to be annoying from time to time. The story takes a little to start off and doesn't hook you as quickly as the first games. It continues with Ellie and Joel living in Jackson. Joel goes out on a scavenging mission and doesn't come back in time, so Ellie, her girlfriend Dina, and Jesse go to investigate. Meanwhile, Abby and her group are in the area hunting Joel to take revenge since Abby is an ex-Firefly who has recently joined the WLF. She finds Joel and Tommy before Ellie, not knowing their identities, and they help her escape from a horde of infected. However, after they make it back to the safe house, Tommy and Joel reveal their identities, not knowing they're in the safe house of the group that's hunting them. Ellie finds the safe house and tries to rescue Joel, but Abby kills him in front of her, so the next day Ellie leaves Jackson to find Abby and take revenge. The story is not the best. There is no relationship being formed like in the first game, with the exception of Abby's one with another person, much like how Joel and Ellie's relationship was formed, but compressed into like 4 or 5 hours of gameplay. Speaking of Abby, I really did not care to play as her. Knowing her backstory was cool and all, but having almost half of the game about her did not sit well with me. I couldn't care for her, and I couldn't wait until I could go back to playing as Ellie. Speaking of Ellie, after playing this game, my opinion about her changed. I kinda dislike her now for several reasons that I can't reveal to not spoil anything. Also, just wanted to throw it here, I don't think hypothermia exists in this game. The Last of Us Part 2 improved what there was to improve, but bungled the story in so many ways, and for that, it deserves a 7 out of 10.